So let's talk about something else
Okay.
that fascinated me. You told me you had the Montessori training. And Montessori training is for teachers working with children. But when we talked about it, there was a connection on how you can use those same principles working with managers or just people in the workplace or leaders or CEOs. So tell us a little bit about that.
You know what's really beautiful about Montessori is that as educators, we're taught that every child knows how to find their way in their life and in their work and in what they're doing. So as a teacher, we are expert observers. That's our job. We observe the child and we see where they're headed. And we allow them to essentially unfold. We don't put any restrictions on them in terms of what they can and cannot do in terms of their interest. Of course, there's boundaries, right? But we allow the child to unfold, and we're holding space for them essentially from our hearts, where we're saying, I know that you have this deep inner sense about what's right for you. And we work with them to trust it, to follow it, and we support them in developing it. If I had a manager like that, I'd be in heaven, right?
But not every manager is like
Not
that.
every manager is like that.
So what are some tips that managers can do to make them more like that and encourage the growth and the creativity of the people on their team and not just direct them to the way that they want it to be?
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the second piece that I love about Montessori. So Maria Montessori gave a directive to all Montessori teachers, which is that if you're going to help these children in this mission of supporting them to unfold and discover themselves, you have to work on yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to know what your limitations are. You have to understand how you might be controlling the child. So my advice to managers is to take on life as your teacher. Know yourself, develop your own soft skills, and look at what it is that you do that keeps people back. How are you controlling, or do you get angry? Are you resentful? Like, what do you do that doesn't allow your employees to shine? And if you begin there, everything will start to fall in place. You'll learn how to have patience. You'll learn how to have compassion, understanding. You'll be able to speak more directly and honestly because your agenda isn't yourself. It is about growing other people.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, right? That would be my first tip.
And it sounds like even if you're working with a manager, they need to know what their intention is because maybe their intentions aren't what they should be.
Exactly
So
right.
they have to identify it.
That's right.
Lourdes, we could talk for hours, and we have in the past. So I know there's so much that we can talk about and so much that resonates with just the soft skill, not just the soft skills, but how we need to be every day in the workplace, in our relationships socially, and also with ourselves. So I thank you so much for offering all of your expertise today. It's so much information that I know so many people can apply. So thanks for being part of this interview. It's been wonderful speaking with you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for having me. It's really been a pleasure.
My pleasure too.